Alhamdulillah. Summa salatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa ala kullu man tabi'a hudayatihi hatta yawmiddin. Amma ba'd. Tahiyyatukum bi tahiyyatus salam. Wa qul assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We give thanks to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the universe, the most beneficent, the most merciful. We seek His endless mercy upon the noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, companions, and the generality of the Muslim till the day of reckoning. After that, I greet every one of us with the most blessed greeting, the greeting of peace, and I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome every one of us back to our online class, our online Arabic class, in which this class is dealing with lugatul arabiya, which we are using currently. We are using the book Durusu lugatul arabiya lugairi natikina biha part 1 for it. So we'll continue from where we stopped last class, which today we are going to move to another chapter, which is chapter 8 or lesson 8. Durusu lesson 8. They said haza rajulun tajir. He said this man is a trader. As we already know that rajulu means man, tajir means trader. Wazalika rajulu tabib, and that man is a doctor. I think we've learned about Aza and Zalika. That Aza is used to identify someone or something that is closer to us, and Zalika is used to identify someone or something that is far to us, that they are what? Male or masculine. Next line is said Ismi. Next line here it said Ismu Tajir Mahmud. Ismu Tajir Mahmud. Wasmu Tabib Sa'id. Ismu Tajir Mahmud. They said the trader name is what? Mahmud. Wasmu Tabib Sa'id. And name of the doctor is Sa'id. I think we've also learned about the rules guiding Ismun. When is at the middle, when an alphabet or a sentence or a word comes before that ismu and we want to pronounce it, we want to call them together, what will happen to that alif? That alif maksur, Hamzatul Wasli, that Hamzatul Wasli, what will happen to it? I think we've talked about it in the past, in the previous class. We've learned about it. So you should not be surprised when I'm saying wasmo, when I'm not saying wa ismo. So you should not be surprised. So the next line they said aza baitun litajir wa zalika baitun litabib. They said this house is for the trader and that is for what? The doctor. Wa zalika baitun litabib. The next line they said bintu tajir. They said the trader's daughter, Baitu Tajir, the trader's house. Amam al Masjid is in front of the masjid. Wa Baitu Tabibi, and the doctor's house. Khalif al Madrasati is at the back of the mosque. The school is at the back of the school. The next line is liman hazihi sayarot. Liman hazihi sayarot. Waliman tilka. Who owns liman hazihi sayarot? For who is this car? Waliman tilka. And for who is that? Next line said, hazihi sayaratu litabibi. This car is for the doctor. Watilka litajir, and that is for the trader. So the next line it says, hazihi sayaratu min Yaban. Hazihi sayaratu min Yaban. They said this car is from Japan. Watilka min America, and that is from America. Tamarin exercises. They said Ajib anil as'ila ta'atiya. They said you should think deeply on the following question. Sorry. Ajib anil as'ila ta'atiya. They said you should answer the following question. So you are going to use that short passage you just read to answer the following question, number 1 to 7. So to the next exercise 2. Yeah, they said Ikra waktub. They said she read and write. So let's read them together and you write them down there. They said Aza waladu Khalid wa dhalika waladu Muhammadu. They said Aza waladu Khalid. This is Khalid's son. Wa dhalika waladu Mahmud, and that is Mahmud. Wa dhalika waladu Muhammad, and that is Muhammad's son. Azihi waladu Mahmud. This is Khalid son. Wazalika walad Mahmud, and that is Muhammad son. The next line, number 2, it said Aza rajulun. Sorry, that is not what they mean in that number 1. They said Aza walad Khalid. They said this son is Khalid. Wazalika walad Muhammad, and that son is Muhammad. The next line, number 2 here, they said Aza rajulun mudaris. This man is a what? Is mudaris. Wazalika rajul muhandis, and that man is an engineer. Number 3, they said Aza kitabu jadid. Aza kitabu jadid. This is new book. Kitabu jadid. This is a new book. Wazalika kitabu qadim, and that book is old. Aza kitabu jadid. This book is new. Wazalika kitabu qadim, and that book is old. Now number 4, they said Azihi sayaratu li aliyi. Azihi sayaratu li aliyi. this car is for Ali. Watilka li Khalidin, and that is for Khalid. Number 4, he said Aza Babu Maftuhun. He said this door is open. This door is open. Wazalika Babu Muglakun, and that door is closed. Number 6. They said Liman hazihi sa'atun. Liman hazihi sa'atun. Who owns this watch? For who is this watch? The answer now said Hiya li Abbas. It is for Abbas. Now the next line, number 7. Number 7. It said Ahaza Baitu Litobibi. Ahaza Baitu Litobibi. Is this house for the doctor? Is this house for the doctor? And I said La, no. Huwa limudarrisu. Huwa limudarrisi. Huwa limudarrisi. It is for the teacher. Now number 8. He said Ahazihi darajat li ibnu muazzin. Ahazihi darajat li ibnu mudarrisi. Li ibnu muazzin. Is this bicycle for the muazzin son? Is this bicycle for the muazzin son? They said Naam. The answer said Naam. Yes, it is for the muazzin son. Now number 9. They said Man haza walad. Who is this boy? Who is this boy? Man haza walad. Who is this boy? The answer said Huwa talibu min sin. Huwa talibu min sin. He is a student from China. Is a student from China. Number 10. They said Azalika Baitu Jadid. Is that a new house? Is that a new house? Azalika Baitun Jadid. Is that house new? Is that house new? Azalika Baitun Jadid. Is that house new? The answer now said La, no. Huwa qadimun jiddan. It is very old. Very old. Not just old. If it is just old, it will say Huwa qadim. That is old. But very old, jiddan means very. So it is very old. Now number 11. They said Azihi sayaratun min Yaban. This car is from Japan. Watilka min America, and that is from America. Now number 12. Aza sikino min Almaniya. They said this knife is from Almaniya. Almaniya is the name of a country, but Almaniya. I've forgotten the country that bears Almaniya. So Watilka mil'akatun min Inklitaro. Watilka mil'akatun min Inklitaro, and that spoon is from England. So Inklitaro is England. Now next, the third exercise 3. They said Ikra misal atiya. Read the example below. The following example. Read the following example. How will Jumala atiya mislahu, and compose the following sentence in its structure. That means you are going to compose the question, the sentence, the words that are coming. You are going to compose them in the same structure as the example they give us. So now, example, they said, this is the example. They said, misal, example, azihi aza kitab. They said aza kitab. This is book. This is a book. So now, if you are now to compose it in a sentence like this, they said aza kitabun li Muhammadin. Aza kitabun li Muhammadin. So you two, you are going to take the remaining one, this like this. So you are going to use it to form sentence like that also. So I will help with just two of it. So I will do this number one, number two. So they said aza tabib. Aza tabib. This is a doctor. So here I will just say, in the answer here I will just say aza tabib min hindi. Aza tabib min hindi. So number two, they said azihi sayarat. Azihi sayarat. So this is a car. So here I will just say azihi sayaratu limudiri. Azihi sayaratu limudiri. So this is just this is just like more explanation on harf jarri. Now you go and do the remaining one from number 3 to 10. So back to the next one, to the next exercise, number 4 here. We have, they said ikra misal atiya. Read the example below. Read the following example. Summa kawin as ilatu. After that, compose question wa ajwibatu mislahu. Sorry. Now they said summa kawin as ila. After that, you compose questions wa ajwibat and answers mislahu in the same samples, in the same structure as the what? As the example. Sorry for the digression. I quickly need to answer the call. So as we are saying, they said ikra misalatiya. They said ikra misalatiya. Read the example, the following example. Summa kawin. After that, compose as ilat wa ajwibat mislahu. After that, you compose questions and answers in the same sample, as in the same structure as the what? As the examples that we are given. Now, number one, the examples said, misal, examples. Liman haza kitab. Liman haza kitab. This is the question. Liman haza kitab. So the answer said haza kitab li Muhammadin. Haza kitab li Muhammad. So they've given us Muhammad. So we'll just use the answer to what? The answer to link to Muhammad. So liman haza kitab li Muhammadin. Now number one, let me do number one for us. Number one, they've given us something we are going to compose question on, which is the column, and the name, the thing we are going to link the answer to, which is Abbas. So they said the question we are just going to compose is liman has a column. Liman has a column. So the answer will now go as هذا قلم لعباس. هذا قلم لعباس. So that is like that. That is for that. So you are going to do the remaining one from number 2 to 10. Now the next term number 5. Term number 5. They said number 5. They said تأمل أمثلة آتية. تأمل أمثلة الآتية. They said you should think deeply. You should think deeply on the following examples. Think deeply on the following example. So we have baitun here. We have filibaiti, mina libaiti, ila libaiti. If you look at this, you see that alibaitu, it has one doma. From beginning, from the scratch, baitun is what? Baitun is house. So that baitun will have domatan. Now we have alif and lam joining it. Al-Qamariya joining it. So we have al-Baitu. We have al-Baitu. So that al-Baitu now have what? One doma at the end. Now if you look at here, we have filibaiti. Filibaiti. Now if you look at this filibaiti here, it has kesrotan. It has kesrotan. Why did he have kesrotan? It has kesrotan because that albaiti, something has come before it, which is fi, and that fi, we've been told that fi is among what? Hurufu jadri. Fi is among hurufu jadri. So that is why it has kesrotan. Now, if you now look at the second one also, we have mina libaiti. You see the same principle that's what? That guide it. Also the next one we have ila libaiti. You see the same principle that guide it. Now, let's look at the next line. We have al-mustashfa. Yeah, al-mustashfa. Clinic. Now here we have fil mustashfa. Fil mustashfa. If you look at this here now, if you look at here, you see that al-mustashfa here is supposed to have kesro. It's supposed to have kesro here, but if you look at it, it's having fatia. What happened to it? Instead of it having kesro, it has fatia, which is not supposed to be. Why? Now, if you look at that, if you look at al-baitu, you see that the end of al-baitu is pure. It does not have any yaw or alif at the end. It's pure. It ends with complete and does not have any yaw. Yeah, although I won't be going deeply on this, because when we get to Nahwu, I will be able to explain better. So in Nahwu, we have some name that we always said, we always call them muqaddara ala yahi. So we have some names that are always muqaddar, that are always destined on either alif or ya. So here now, instead of it to have kesro at the end, instead of that, the end of that the end of that name should be what? Should change. Instead of it to change from the structure it is, from the haraka that it has from the initial, when huruf jari enters it, supposed to change to another thing, to kesro. But in this case it will not change, because it is a mukaddaro. It is mukaddaro, as in it has been destined. It has been destined. It does not change. It's among the names that doesn't what? Change. It's among the name that doesn't what? Change. So that is why we have fil mustashfa, min al mustashfa, ila al mustashfa. Now if you now look at, so all that one does not change. They all have what? Fatia. Now let's look at the next line. America. America here has fatia at the end. Also here also fi America. That fi America also is what? It will still have fatia. Also here mean America. America also here will have fatia at the end. Ila America will also have fatia at the end. Also here also, this also I will not also go deep on it, but I will just brief you on it, that any name that is pointing to a location, we call it ismul alam. Ismul alam, geographical name. Geographical name. Any names that are geographical name that is that is pointing to a location or a destination in Arabic, they don't what? Have effect with harfu jari. They don't have effect with harfu jari. They remain the same structure they are from beginning, from scratch. So that is why here we have America, mean America, ila America. So when you get to Nahwu, you understand more better. The same thing happens to Almaniya, fi Almaniya, mean Amaniya, illa Amariya. So the same thing happens to it. Now let's go to the next one. They said Ikra waktub, read and write. They said she read and write. So as number one, haza baytun min inklitaro. Haza baytun min, haza tabibu min inklitaro. Sorry, haza tabib min inklitaro. This doctor is from England. So you see that Inclitaro also supposed to be min Inclitari, but because it's the name of Alam, it's the name of a place, so it does not have what? It does not change at the end. Number two, they say Zahaba Hamid illa Faransa. Illa Faransa. Hamid went to France. So if you look at Faransa here also, it's supposed to be illa Faransi, but because it is Isma Alam, is the name of a destination, it does not change. Number three, they said Mahmoud Marid. Mahmoud is sick. Mahmoud is sick. Huwa al-an fil mustashfa. Now he is now in the clinic. He is now in the clinic. So fil mustashfa also does not change al mustashfa, because it has yaw, which is alif maksur at end. Number four, Zahaba Abdullahi. Zahaba Abdullahi min Almaniya illa Inclitaro. They said Abdullah went from Almaniya to England. So if you look at Almaniya, mean is among Arfu Jari, supposed to be Almaniji, but because it's a name of a place, so it does not change at the end, still remain as Almaniya. Illa Inklitaro. If you look at Inklitaro, also is the name of a place, because it's the name of a place, does not change at the end, it still remain as Inklitaro. Now number 5, they said Aza Kitab Le'isa. Aza Kitabu Le'isa. Wazalika Kitab Limusa. So if you look at Isa here, they said Aza Kitab Isa. This book is for Isa. Wazalika Kitab Limusa, and that book is for Musa. We look at here also, Isa ends with Yaw, which also ends with Yaw, which is Mukaddarat Alayai. So it does not also change because of the same condition that goes to Mustashfa that also goes to it. If you look at Musa, also the same thing. It also didn't change because of that yaw that end them. Number 6, they said Aza Muhandisu mean America. This engineer is from America. So America too did not change because of the condition that goes to it. So when we get to Nahu, I could not say much about it because there are a lot we need to know about this thing. That is why. So when we get to Nahu, we'll talk much more better about them. Now the next line, the next exercise 6. They said Ikra, they said she'll read. Number 1 says Sayaratu Amama Talib. Saburatu Asaburatu Amama Talibi. They said the board is in front of the student. Wahiya Khalifa al-Mudaris, and it is at the back of the the teacher. You look at Amama and Khalifa also, they give Amama give Talib Kesro, while also Khalifa give Mudaris Kesro. So because the two of them also work as Harfu Jalri, the two of them, Amama and Khalifa, they also work as Harfu Jalri. Number 2, they said Ibn Sayyarati Mudaris. Aina Sayyarati Mudarisi. Where is the teacher's car? They said here Amama Madrasati is in the front of Madrasat. Number 3, Aina Baitu Imami. Aina Baitu Imam. Where is the Imam house? Aina Baitu Imami. Where is the Imam house? They said Baitu Imami. They said the Imam house. Khalifa al-Masjid is behind the Masjid. Number 4, they said Aina Jalasa Hamid. Aina Jalasa Hamid. Where did Hamid sit? They said Jalasa Hamid Khalifa Mahmudin. They said Hamid is sitting behind Mahmud. Or Hamid sat, because Jalasa they use Jalasa, which is past tense. Hamid sat behind Mahmud. Aina Jalasa Hamid. Where did Hamid start? Jalasa Hamid sat behind Khalifa Mahmudin. Hamid sat behind Mahmud. Now number 5, they said about Ammar. Zahaba Ammar ila al-Masjid. Ammar went to Masjid. Wajalasa amamu mihrab. Wajalasa amamu mihrab. And Wajalasa amama al-mihrab, and sat in front of Mihrab. Mihrab is what? Mihrab is where the Imam used to stay to what? To give sermon, and where the Imam used to stay to lead the people for prayer. Yoruba used to call it mimbari. Yoruba used to call it mimbari. So mimbar. So that is mihrab. Now the next is al-kalimatu jadid. Al-kalimatu al-jadid. Al-kalimatu jadidatun, new words. Number one, we have al-mustashfa, clinic. Al Almaniya, Almaniya, Inglaterra, England. Suwaisir, Suwair. Sikin, spoon, knife. France, France. Amama, in front. Khalifa, behind. So here we'll stop for today. See next class where we will meet again. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليه. السلام عليكم.